Alrighty, welcome to Unlocking Wealth Mastery with me, Ashley Suzanne DeMarco. I am just so excited. If you are here, please mute yourself. I'm just really excited because I've been doing lots of interviews to prepare for this. So just getting more information out there as to what's out there. What can we do to make money? So we have 19 people on here. I would love for you to take a moment right now and if you can, close your eyes and imagine a time in your life where what my mother-in-law likes to call lived MNO, money, no object. Was it going out to dinner one night where you didn't even care? You never looked at the prices? Was it going on vacation and you had a lot of vacation money? Was it on a mentor? Just imagine a time in your life where you had a moment where money was no object. And maybe you're sitting on this call and you've never had one of those moments. But I want you to put yourself in one of those moments where you did not have to worry about money. You walked into a store, you didn't look at price tags. You walked into a restaurant, you didn't look at the price. You just ordered or purchased whatever aligned with you. You traveled wherever you wanted. There was never a concern about money. It was completely unlimited. I just want you to put yourself in that vibrational space right now as we enter the vortex of this call, because it's truly powerful what we are going to get to do here today. So I would love for this to be interactive. I want the chat to be, blowing up with your responses. So, if you could type in the chat, why are you here today? What helped? Why did you show up? What's your intention for being here today? Could be one word, it could be a sentence. And then I want to ask you, thank you for participating. I want to see what's coming in. Connection, to expand, to learn, the vision, all of these things, to grow. Amazing. I love it. Because I need to start unraveling and dismantling my fear around money, support, and learning. Awesome. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, so I find that the biggest thing that I come across when I talk to business owners, and I talk to a lot of business owners because I'm at events a lot, and it is everyone has this mindset around playing it small, playing it safe. And I'm going to get into that. What is that? What is that? Okay, so who am I? If you've never heard of me before, my name is Ashley DeMarco, and I definitely feel like I am a threat to our status quo or the society as it is, because I definitely remind people of the possibility of being free. For the last decade, I have dove into health, holistic living, and conscious lifestyle. I have taught yoga. I was a personal chef. About 7 years ago, I became a coach online. So I had a mentor. I learned all of these different skills to coach online. I traveled to 4 different countries with my young son, teaching English to Japanese children. I worked in a low ticket MLM, and right now for the last couple of years, I've just been doing markets and events all over, basically from North Carolina all the way down to Florida. And so I have a ton of experience in working with small businesses. I actually owned a farmer's market a couple years ago, where I helped other small businesses. So I have a lot of experience in helping businesses, and I have a lot of understanding of what it needs to be successful after so many years. So what is a dangerous human, you may ask? Well, It's somebody who actually works out, somebody who moves their body, right? 80%, you will look healthier than 80% of the population if you just work out. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to, have a whole hour of HIIT training or whatever it is. You can just do small micro workouts. There's something called the 4-minute workout. If you have 4 minutes to scroll on Instagram, then you have 4 minutes to move your body. Different aspects of our physical and our health is so important when it comes to being dangerous, because again, if you are confident in yourself, I think for the most part, most people are talking about all the things that are wrong with them, their skin, their aging, all these things. If you feel confident in yourself, then again, you're going to look healthier and be healthier than 80% of the population. Number 2 is one of my biggest, it is just one of my biggest ways that I lose or gain trust for somebody. Type a 1 in the comments if you lose trust for somebody who continues to not do what they say they're going to do.
Isaiah rocket to it. Rotted to it.
Sorry, guys. I don't know why that's doing that.
1.
Okay.
Everyone. Joe Nagar.
What's going on? I'm sorry. Okay. So, type a 2 in the comments if you absolutely love and you gain trust for people who do what they say they're going to do. So people who show up when they say they're going to show up, people who get on calls when they say they're going to get on calls. It feels really good when we do what we say we're going to do, right? We actually are telling ourselves over and over and over, yes, we're going to do this, and we do it. We gain more confidence in that way. And we also gain more trust for ourselves and for the people around us. Number 3, you disregard what others think. When you're in any type of industry, whether it's selling matcha tea or high luxury cars, there are people who are going to have an opinion about you and what you do. And a way to be a dangerous human is to disregard, learn different techniques in order to come back to your own worth, because your worth is not ever dictated by anyone outside of you. It's actually dictated from within. And so most of the time, if someone's hating on you, they just want what you have. And if you can learn the skill sets and tools to flip those conversations from people being triggered or thinking that you're a scammer or all of these things to something that's actually educational or informative for them, that's a really awesome skill set. Number 4 is what we're talking about today, creating monetized solutions. So most people are just complaining about the economy. How many people do you see post on social media all the time complaining about groceries and gas and all of the prices going up? We all know that that's happening. Most of the population is sitting around complaining about it. We are actually doing something about it, right? The dangerous human on the planet's actually creating other streams of income outside of these more traditional methods. Number 5, control your actions and reactions. When most of the population is just, in my opinion, really, really dehydrated and lacking energy, their nervous system's dysregulated, they're all over the place. They're not really controlled, right? They're letting their external environment control them. So, a dangerous human, in my opinion, actually has the ability to come within, to learn, to slow down, to observe, and to really pause before we react. And number 6 is slow down, receive, and open. Most of the population is driving. They're like, I'm so busy, I'm hustling, I got to do this, I got to do this. But, and I believe a dangerous human actually knows how to slow down, to take it back in and be like, okay, what's the next step, right? That's what I believe. If these 6 attributes describe some parts of you, can you put a 1 in the comments? I would love to know if we have some dangerous humans in here. I love it, Isaiah. Yes. Thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so these are all dangerous human loading, and I absolutely love it because we get to live the fullness of our life. We get to actually enjoy our time being here. So, what are our options when it comes to wealth? Can anybody put some options that we have in the comments? Like, what are some things that you've done for money in the past? And then I would love to know how much time you think that you spend on thinking about money, right? Do you spend time thinking about money, and how much time do you think you spend thinking about money? Well, there's an option of a job, right? We can all probably go get a job and make around, when I had a job working for an employer, I made $50,000 a year. I didn't get to write off any of my expenses. Someone controlled my time, someone controlled my vacation, someone controlled my retirement. And it would take me a really long time to actually save the kind of money that I wanted to be able to travel. And would I ever, in that kind of industry, be able to take off a month or 6 weeks to go travel with my family? No, I only ever had 2 weeks vacation. So that could be your option when it comes to wealth, but it's definitely not mine. This is a business owner I ran into in Atlanta, Georgia. This is an actual real life case study of somebody. He spent $350,000. So I just want you guys to look here. So he needed a liquid capital of $75,000 and a net worth of $300,000 just to apply to be a franchisee for Cinnaholic. I don't know if you've ever heard of this brand, but it's a vegan cinnamon bun brand. And again, it's a brick and mortar location. And look at what they tell you. Look at what it's right off the website. It's truly unique experience. Loyal customers, relatively low operating costs, flexible business model. Is that really flexible when you're stuck inside of a brick and mortar location every single day of the week? This guy that I met has owned this building and this business since 2014. He was still trading his time for money at a small little trade show. This guy has never made $10,000 months, and he has to pay a team of 20 people minimum wage to run this place. He has a ton of overhead costs and, in my opinion, a lot of financial stress for the small payments of $60,000 a year in profit. So again, the only way these models are ever really sustainable is if one person opens multiple locations across multiple cities and they have someone else run it. Again, it's a lot of risk, a lot of liability, right? Type a 1 in the comments if you, after 2020, after COVID, you would actually open a brick and mortar location restaurant after we saw how much they just basically shut these businesses down. I don't see anybody, even coming from a service industry background, coming from a lot of time in food and beverage. I mean, my father's been in food and beverage for my entire life, 4 decades. And so again, I just don't see this being the best way anymore, these brick and mortar franchises, to really acquire the kind of wealth that we're going to be talking about today. This is actually my father's store. So I grew up with a dad who had multiple franchises. It was the same exact franchises, just multiple locations. So I got to see why I bring this into this presentation is because I personally grew up since the age of 7 years old, watching my father own a franchise and then multiple franchises. The franchise fee. So I asked him the other day when I was doing research on how to get my next mentor and how much it would be to invest in a mentor, I asked him, how much did it cost for you to learn how to be a franchisee owner? And this is going to blow your minds, guys. This was in 2007. It cost him $25,000 just for a 7-day training in a little shed in Philadelphia, right? $25,000 he spent. He's still spends a percentage in royalty fees. He still spends a percentage in marketing fees. And again, the building, the build out, the location, all the products, everything costs around $250,000 to $300,000 to start. I only made $58,000 a year. Again, having to pay all of these people, there was so much stress. Would I ever change my childhood? No, I got to actually learn how to work in one of these places. And I don't think that these are for everybody. And if you're on this call and you really want to make life-changing income, it's going to take a long time of making $58,000 a year, working a lot of hours to probably make the dream income that you're actually wanting. Is this if type a one in the comments if you're liking this content right now. I'd love to see y'all. Okay, so this is my short-term vacation rental, another stream of income. A lot of people think, well, when I get, I'm going to get wealth and I'm going to get it by having short-term vacation rentals. It's an option, right? I'm putting it up here. I have one, but it's not necessarily the way to make massive wealth in the way that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So it was $100,000 investment, $10,000 in interest. You can read through the writing here, but basically after my monthly expenses, paying the loan, all the things, it's going to take me 5 years of working 2 hours a day, trading my time. Again, I'm cleaning up after people. It's not the most glamorous thing, right? It's going to still take 5 years for me to make $48,000. Now, once that 5 years is up, that 6th year, my loan will be paid off and all of that will be pretty much profit other than a few expenses here and there. But again, we're talking about how do we make real life-changing wealth now? How do we learn the skill set now? You might not have space to put a tiny home in your property. You might not even have the ability to go out and get a loan for one of these things. So again, this is not the best option for somebody who's learning how to acquire and build more wealth right now. This might be an option in the future. Okay, let's talk about events, right? I have done so many events. So what do they pay? They're paying vendor fees, booth fees, gas to get there, hotels, time, right? I just drove to Atlanta. It took me, Nashville. It took me 5 hours to drive there. It took me about 9 hours to work, another hour to tear down everything. That's a lot of freaking time that I'm trading. And thankfully I don't have products, but there are a lot of people at these markets, right? These pictures you're seeing, eggs, beef, chicken, all these things, right? This is a farmer's market, but they have a ton of products they have to grow, they have to feed, they have to store. A lot of them do shipping. It's so much physical labor and so much overhead. And Alex and I talked to probably about 30 different vendors in Atlanta. Last week, I talked to a few in Nashville, and they're making, after paying all these things, they're maybe making $300 after working for 8 hours on their feet. It's raining, their stuff is getting ruined. Again, it's not the best option. This is a little video that I posted here from Instagram. It's a really wonderful company that redid an entire campground, and they restored this RV into an ice cream making machine, right? Or an ice cream stand. And they didn't even have to buy the RV, guys. They didn't have to buy the RV. All they did was restore it. It still cost $8,500 to restore this into an ice cream mobile. Please tell me the profit margin off of a $2 ice cream, right? Are you going to want to spend the time and energy to stand in there and sell ice cream for 50-cent profit margins? How many ice cream cones are you going to have to sell to even reap back the benefit of your $8,500 investment in that? Again, doesn't sound like something that you're gonna make a lot of wealth off of. Now we've got low ticket network marketing companies, a lot of them out there. There's so many in the beauty and the health industry. I did them. There were packages selling maybe about a $300 package. I made maybe $100 on that. it's just not sustainable. It's a ton of work and you're not making a very large commission for it. Now we have the golden ticket, which is high profit sales. And we're going to get into that in a second. So I just want to just ask you a question. Do you think it's about how hard you row? If it's about how hard you row or how hard you work to make money, type of one in the comments. If that's really how it is. Or is it really just about the type of boat we're in, right? Type of 2, is it about the vehicle or is it about how hard you work? Is it the input or is it about the vehicle? 2, if it's about vehicle, okay, awesome. Yeah, vehicle all day. It's really that simple when it comes to all of these options out there. And the reason why I showed you all of those things is because most of them require, if it's a actual location, $300,000 startup fee. And that is just to get the building running. What we have is so much more efficient, so much more sustainable than that. And it's really actually truly going to change what this question is asking. How much mental space, again, I'm going to come back to this, do you use? Because it's energy, right? If we're thinking about money, we're giving our energy away to that. So I would love for you all just to take a moment right now and give your energy to this offer. This is the best offer that I have ever seen in terms of being able to sell digitally for an amazing actual physical product. So again, these are top of the line products, all made in Okinawa, Japan. Our company is an absolute legend. It's been around for almost 50 years. The company is completely OEM, which means that all products are made in one warehouse. The owners are ma and pa. They've been the owners for the entire process, right? And they have no debt, which I love. It's a private company with no debt. So it's family run and it's out of Okinawa, which means that we get access to their mindset, right? We get access to Japanese thinking. And in the US, we're not constantly thinking about how we can prevent disease or prevent people from being in debt or prevent all of these things. We're actually always trying to solve the problem after the problem's been started. Whereas what I believe the Japanese are really good at is being thorough. They think ahead. And this company thought 400 years ahead, right? 7 generations they were thinking, and they thought, what would we all need? And if you haven't been following the Maui situation, the number one thing that's being talked about, the real resource behind everything, is water. And so this technology is really about returning our power back to us. If you are buying bottled water, if you are spending money at all on cleaning products or stuff to wash your produce, you are actually putting money back into what I believe are different greenwashed companies that are probably not the best for our health anyway. So this opportunity allows you to not only invest in the best products for your household, for your family, but it gives you an actual business associated with it. So our compensation plan is completely patented. So it's very, very different than anything else out there on the market. Lots of people look at us and immediately think, oh, we're like every other MLM or network marketing company out there. And we're really not. We actually we operate more as a franchise. We go out and down. So it's not necessarily a pyramid. All of the people that have purchased their technologies and invested in their businesses with me can always make more money than me. That is not, you don't hear that in other industries because they're just not built like ours. Our company is built secularly. They want to help as many people as possible, and they're paying back 57% commission to and bonuses to the distributors, which is again unheard of. When you buy these products, you get access to a global distribution, which again, when I go back to the franchisee model of a Cinnaholic or Rita's Italian Ice, or even my brick and mortar short-term vacation rental, right? It's so location dependent. When you have access to this business, you have access to all of the billions of people online who are watching you. And they might not just be in the US, they might not just be in Canada, right? They might be in Australia. And you have access to selling them a product in a business and then helping them through the steps. So I wanted to just talk about our best offer. It's called the trifecta. It's all three of the products. It's a shower, the kitchen, and the Ukon. And this is what the compensation looks like for a trifecta. So when you purchase a trifecta, you actually start as a 2A agent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's totally fine. But your first sale is going to make you over $1,000. And what I like to just showcase here is that you get paid for buying a trifecta. You actually are going to get paid from the company for investing in the best way to invest in the business. You'll get paid $380 just for investing in your business. How awesome is that? You actually get a bonus for investing in your business. And then secondly, you only need to make 8 sales in order to pay off your initial investment, which is absolutely unheard of. Because again, when you look at all of these other businesses out there, you're going to have to make a lot of ice cream sales to pay off $300,000, right? I'm going to have to clean a lot of dirty sheets to pay off $100,000, right? But this business model is designed to reap you the benefits very quickly so that you can not only help others, but you can duplicate. And again, from 3A to 4A, if you're just selling trifectas, you're going to make another $16,950. And then from 4A to 5A, again, you're going to make almost $70,000. And that's not even, that's halfway through the commission. The base level commission. That's some really life-changing money. Can you please type a 1 in the comments if another $67,000 a year would do something pretty amazing for your family right now? Amazing. Yeah. Again, this is totally doable, guys. To get to 5A, 50 units, like you can do that. We have the system set up to help you do that. I just want to just pop this up here really quick, just so you could see. Once you get past 6A, which is kind of our launch pad, then you get into bonuses, you get unlocked into other streams, like basically, everybody's going for the 6A2-3 and above, which unlocks a $5,000 bonus for life that then is willed to your children. And this is when I saw this business plan, that's exactly what I knew I wanted for multiple IDs, because again, you can build out multiple businesses within our company. And what that means is that I would have multiple ways to will money and then resources that I gain from the money to my children when I pass. Okay, so there are all sorts of myths about network marketing. Most people, when they start network marketing, specifically low ticket, I think, they treat it like a hobby, right? They depend completely on warm market. There's a lot of mentors out there still telling you to go make a list of all 200 people and then send them all. Like, that's still being taught. So that doesn't feel good when people are just constantly DMing you just to get something from you. This model is completely different. It flips the whole I'm constantly wanting something from you over to how can I add value to your life? All right. So most people who we call amateurs in the network marketing field aren't using leverage. They're not using platforms. They're not using softwares. They're not using funnels. They're not using ads. They are just basically trying to go YOLO and, point and shoot and hope it works. Right. And I was there. I actually did that with events. I was like, okay, how do I do this? Do I do this kind of event, this kind of event? Do I do markets? Do I do this? And I spent a lot of time churning my wheels when I had other solutions, which we're going to get into today, which, it's the way you do this as a professional is you treat it like a business. You treat it like a business, just like you would if you had a brick and mortar location that cost you $300,000, right? You would treat it like that. You would implement strategies and systems. You would help people duplicate, and you would employ leverage every single day on your time, which is your most valuable asset. Okay, so how does this all work? Well, you've got a lot of different ways that you can grow a brand and a business based off of these products. But the one that I'm going to talk to you about today, I believe is the fastest way to see results and get your ROI because of the proven strategies. There are people way smarter than me who've built these systems, and they've been testing them for way longer than I even know they existed, right? And they actually have proof that these systems work. And let me show you how. Okay, so what's the bridge? How do we get from all of the people that follow us on social media to our dream outcome? How do we get them to become, like, love, and trust us, and then buy their product, and then also become business owners? Well, we have all of these different ways that you can do that. We have Evolutionera, which is our community that this call is in today. We've got Legacy Project, which is a software and a platform that we are implementing into Evolutionera. We've got ads. All right, what does this look like? Well, the more leads you have coming in, it equals traffic. Then we build our offer. Wait, right? The offer's the key. The offer's the golden nugget, right? It's the juice. It's what we love. Like, we're all consuming this, we're all bathing in it, we're taking the turmeric, we're feeling amazing, right? But the offer is also the business, right? It's learning the skill set to be able to showcase the business. But again, all of this is done for you. And then there's conversions. It's teaching people sales, and in a way that's value based, not in a way that I'm constantly trying to get something from you or convince you. No, I am here standing in my power, standing in my competence, giving you value, and you want what I have. So here is the system, right? This is the system. We are utilizing leverage to get what we want, which is our time and money. And again, 20, 30 years ago, without technology and the internet, these sort of systems didn't even exist. So if you're talking to somebody like your parent or your aunt or uncle about this, they probably are going to say that doesn't exist. A lot of people are still saying you can't make money online. That is complete crap. If you're even watching this from your cell phone right now, you know that if you go into that little log and you see how much time you've spent on your phone, it's probably more than an hour. And if you spent more than your hour on your phone, you can spend more than an hour on your business, right? Utilizing these tools, automated, high profit, duplicating. That's what we do. We figure out automation, right? We have funnels, we have systems, we have softwares, we have high product, amazing offer with amazing, again, 57% commission. And then we duplicate. We teach how we are succeeding so others succeed. And what does it look like when someone duplicates you? Okay, so let's say you sold to Jessica. She was in your first sale in your 2A lane. Jessica duplicates exactly what you do because she has the same model that you do. And if you're successful, then there's no reason she can't be successful, right? She does exactly what you do. She only sells trifectas or quads, right? Her first 7 trifectas are going to make you over $8,515. How would it feel like if someone else was helping you make another $8,000, right? And like, Jessica's a badass. She can sell so many trifectas. So she starts selling 4, 5, 6 a month, right? What does that do for your business? You're empowering her. She's empowering you, right? It's the secular effect of when we fund our resources, we put money back into people like you and me, right? People used to have to work many, 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 many years to make $1 million, right? $1 million is $80,000 a month. That is not far off. We can get there if you put in the work and learn these different systems, right? So this is the system that we are working with. We're working with an ad that leads somebody into a way to gather information, whether that's a type form, something that gives allows you to get their email, right? And then once you have their email, you can do all sorts of things. You can put them in a campaign, you can have a funnel, you can have all of these different things set up. And we teach all of this in our platform. We have free trials, we have a discovery call process, and then we have an onboarding process, right? So if you can do it and it's something that you're just following the steps, because again, I will tell you, I made the mistake of trying to do it my way, trying to do it the hard way. And someone described it to me today as like, you were trying to like ride a horse and buggy the way you were doing it. How long has it been since we as a collective have rode a horse and buggy? A pretty darn long time. Do I still want to use these old antiquated ways of using my vehicle? No, I want to use what's working. And that's what's so beautiful about our community and our system, because it allows people to ask for help. It allows there to be automated follow-up. A lot of you got a text message or an email today alerting you of this call. How amazing is that, that we have these AI tools to help us save time? Because at the end of the day, remember what I wanted to talk about in the very beginning is that feeling that you had of money, no object. We want to get there and we want to get there fast. Okay, so all of this is a part of our offer. We have all of these trainings. We have copy training, website training, sales systems trainings, we have mindset training, we have all of this in our platform, right? So what do you need to do to get started? You really need to go all in. The best investment is the trifecta. It's giving you all three products. Then you can try everything. You have access to all of these things. And again, you're going to be resourced, right? Because you're going to feel hydrated from the outside in, and you're going to feel hydrated from the inside out. Secondly, we have our Facebook group. We have our platform. There are other larger global water communities that you get to be a part of just by investing in this offer with us. And at the end of the day, we also have Telegram chats and these Zoom calls. There are so many ways for you to get help and to also be in a community of people who are doing the similar things that you want to do and also living a life that you want to live. Because at the end of the day, if you are constantly surrounding yourself with people who are constantly complaining about money or talking about money, how much this costs, and oh my gosh, this costs this and that, you're gonna not feel good about money. So you have to choose to put yourself in bigger rooms with more people. And in this day and age, that means digitally also, putting yourself in Zoom rooms with people that have what you want, putting yourselves in opportunities with people and systems and softwares that have what you want. And this is what you want if you want high ticket commission and your time. Because at the end of the day, every single person that I know who is making very, very good money in this business, including myself, I still have my time. I still get to be with my kids. This is me on a waterfall, my partner lounging by by the pool, my daughter and I in the garden. I get to live my life, and this business works in unison with it, because just like motherhood is a journey and I'm constantly learning new things every day, this business is too. And I get to do them together, and my children get to do them with me. They get to learn how to build wealth, because again, at the end of the day, all of the skills that I am learning are wealth building skills. They're teaching me skill sets that most of the population is dragging their feet to learn, right? A lot of people will just him and haw and just complain and waste that energy when you could actually be giving that energy back to yourself. So the question is, how can you make the most impact and do the most good with your time? And I believe that's resourcing everyday people with tens and twenties of thousands of dollars a month so that you can actually live a life in accordance with your dream. You have the mental space to think about your dreams, to be clear on your dreams, because you're not stressed about money. The money is coming in. You have a system, you have teams, you have support, you have softwares that are constantly, that the people that are building these softwares, guys, they are geniuses. They are not just, oh, we build it. No, they're constantly improving it. And that is what we are all doing here today. If you are currently drinking this water, you know you're constantly improving yourself, because with every single little bubble you see here, that's hydrogen. That is literally adding voltage, really reamping up our entire body. So I'd love to just ask you to lay in the reclamation of who you are. Imagine you're here lying on the side of the ocean, closing your eyes for a second right now. We're going to finalize this call here for, I just want to end the call the same way we started. I want you to visualize yourself reclaiming your power, reclaiming what has always been yours. If you feel any fear coming up when you think about you diving into an opportunity like this, and you start, just allow that fear to be your catapult, and know that every single person that said yes to this also had that fear. And the only reason they're any different from you is because they actually just put the first step forward. They went to the link that their friend or family member sent them because they so care about them and they see their value, they see their worth, and they know this is possible for them. Lay in the reclamation of that. Imagine your feet in the sand, your toes in the sand. A lot of us don't live by the beach, but a lot of us do. But just imagine the ocean crashing and just feel yourself reclaiming your power, reclaiming your hydration, reclaiming your health, and reclaiming your wealth, because it is rightfully yours. And I am just so grateful to be here and sharing this with you. This is the best decision I have ever made in my entire life. My partner is doing the business right now. He's in the software that I'm talking about, learning all of the different systems. I've just invested in a one-on-one mentor to really get me to $50,000 months and above. And that has never happened in my family history ever. So again, we're doing big things, right? We're making big, massive moves, but we know that this is worth it. And 4 years ago, when I was sitting in the same boat as you, watching a very similar call as you, I was terrified. I did not know how it was going to work, but I was grateful. This opportunity, like I said, is a Japanese technology. It's been around almost 5 decades. And guess what? We have built so many systems and softwares, and the ability for you to just move through the steps as you regain your power, as you regulate your nervous system, as you rehydrate all those dehydrated cells. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been asking for. This is your sign to say yes to that feeling inside of you that's like, I am scared, but I am ready. And that is what I have for you today. If there's any questions, please put them in the chat. I would love to answer them. I'm just so, again, my life has changed so much because I said yes to this, and I'm just incredibly grateful. Awesome. Well, I am going to stop the share. And if there's no questions, I'll just hop off. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.